Hey everyone, Scott the Scottman. We're here to do a driving video today. We're heading east on 10 Mile, going all the way from Farmington Road here in Farmington, Michigan, all the way to where it ends at Jefferson Avenue, or at least where it mainly ends at Jefferson Avenue in Clair Shores. So this is a continuation of the video I filmed just not too long ago today, although uploaded a week ago, where I went east from where it begins at Rushton Road, going all the way to Grand River in the western part of Farmington Hills. More about that after this traffic light. So I'm filming this 10 Mile video in two parts because there is a big gap in 10 Mile in the Farmington area. Because as you saw in the first video, 10 Mile ends at Grand River just west of where M5 is because of Grand River. So it's like there was a big gap and does not make sense to film that part. Because I've already filmed the video on Grand River, at least going west. I could do something on eastbound at some point. So anyway, yeah, and then it resumes at Farmington Road. So we're basically filming the remainder of 10 Mile today. There technically is another little gap in the road, which we'll see later in the video, but it's not too significant to where we can easily just drive around the gap because it's a lot smaller. And yeah, back there, that is Orchard Lake Road, which, as a matter of fact, I was able to film that earlier this year. So yeah, anyway, so as I explained in my previous 10 Mile video, like normally with the mile roads, I've been filming them going west. 10 Mile is a little different because I'm filming this eastbound. The main reason why I'm doing that is, well, we'll see the reason later in this video. Because there's a gap in this stretch of 10 Mile we're filming today over by the 696 and I-75 interchange. And the way to cross or to get around the gap going east is a lot easier than the gap going west. And not only that too, but they're doing a lot of stuff on westbound 10 Mile right now. So it's significantly worse to go west on that road. And this is Middle Belt. Yeah, Farmington Hills is quite a nice area. Lots of residential neighborhoods. Oh, you even have a St. Thomas Orthodox Church off to the left. Very cool. Yeah, I'm Roman Catholic, so I've never attended like an Orthodox church mass. But I've been in some Orthodox churches before on my travels. Like I've been in one in Saint Sava, which is like one of the largest Orthodox churches in Europe, which is in Belgrade, Serbia, which that is beautiful. And I think it's one of the largest Orthodox churches in the world. Even I think the only larger ones are in Russia. Oh, here is Inkster Road, and we are now entering Southfield. Which, yeah, Southfield is a major suburb of Metro Detroit. Although it doesn't look like much over here, is just residential areas, but it'll change a little bit as we go further east. Carpenter Lake Nature Preserve. You need to check that out sometime. Anyway, it was like what I was talking about. So yeah, which yeah, Orthodox churches are pretty beautiful, and I've been in one in Trebinje in Bosnia-Herzegovina as well too. A lot smaller than Saint Sava over in Belgrade. So yeah, Trebinje is like it's like in the Serb, or it's in the Serb part of Bosnia-Herzegovina. Because to explain the geography over there is that Bosnia-Herzegovina is technically it's like two states in one. Like you got the main state of Bosnia-Herzegovina, which is heavily Catholic and Muslim. And then you have Republika Srpska, which is basically more of a Serb majority. That's kind of like how the lines, they drew those lines as a result of the Bosnian-Serbian War that happened like 1992 to 1995. Well, technically it was it's called like the Bosnia War because it involved Croats, Bosniaks, and Serbs during that time frame in the early 90s, during like the breakup of the former Yugoslavia. And I forgot to mention, yeah, that light is Beach Road, which technically it's considered Beach Daily Road, especially once it gets south of 8 Mile, as it heads down toward Redford Township. And we got an iconic scene in Metro Detroit, road construction. Thankfully, the traffic going east hasn't been too bad, so this shouldn't be too bad, hopefully. But yeah, I remember driving around in Bosnia several years ago when I went there in 2017. It was really interesting it's like you could drive in one part of Serbia, see Orthodox churches, and all of a sudden you see mosques and Catholic churches. It is truly interesting. And here is the traffic light for Telegraph, and I'm amazed. The light is green right now. Oh, it just had to slow down briefly, but yeah, Telegraph Road or US 24 is a very busy highway. So it's amazing we made that light, although this light for Berg Road, we're having to stop at this one. Yeah, lots of work going on here. But yeah, once we got past Telegraph, yeah, now we're seeing like different like some office buildings, but also some more residential neighborhoods, even like an apartment complex to the right. Oh yeah, they're doing a lot of work. Church of Christ to the right. It's like they're doing work on the approaches into the subdivisions, and then also doing some curb work. Although technically they need to resurface this road too. It's not bad, but it needs to be done at some point. Then again, many roads around Metro Detroit need to be resurfaced because we're known for our bad roads here. So it's like my advice is if you're renting a car here in Metro Detroit, make sure to either take out the rental car insurance or that you have rental car insurance with your credit card. Because you never know, you might just need it. And the construction is wrapping up here, and we just got past Losser Road. The traffic looks a little busier going west, but doesn't look too bad. At least we're out of the work zone now, so things should go a little bit more smoothly. And yeah, we're now coming over by Lawrence Tech University. As a matter of fact, I remember near the end of my university days at Oakland University. I even attended a career fair at Lawrence Tech University because I was having to look for work, of course, after, or I think I was looking for like internships, things like that, or even like employment, especially once I got done with attending Oakland University to get ready to get out into the workforce. And over here, this is the Lodge Freeway, or M10. So we're going over the Lodge Freeway right now. Yeah, this can get kind of intense here because right after the Lodge Freeway, you have Evergreen Road. And thankfully, they sync the lights very well. But there's nothing worse than having to stop at the first light and all of a sudden, immediately at the next light, which is not even a tenth of a mile away, you have to stop at another traffic light. Because I've been at different intersections here in Metro Detroit where they are that trollish. And yeah, this is good. The pavement is so much better over here. And that car did not get all the way over till the very end. So over in here, you got residential neighborhoods way off from the road, but like immediately along 10 Mile, you got different small office buildings where you have like small like offices. There's even like small medical centers or even like insurance agencies like Safe Farm Insurance. And here is Southfield Road. If you go south on Southfield Road another mile, that turns into the Southfield Freeway. That can take you down toward like the Dearborn Heights area, getting down to where the Henry Ford Museum and Greenfield Village are located. But yeah, due to the fact that the Southfield Freeway is just another mile to the south and also an interchange with the Lodge Freeway, this is a very busy intersection. Oh wow, look at all the people making a left turn. I need to be extra careful here because you never know. So, yep, look at that. Someone's trying to make a left turn onto this road. Yeah, look at the backups on the westbound lanes. It's like I definitely want to give a thank you to one follower of mine who's been giving me a whole bunch of different like video ideas for, especially around Metro Detroit, for these driving videos, because he suggested for me to do eastbound instead of westbound 10 miles. So after seeing that, I definitely have my thanks to give. You must be looking out for my sanity. But yeah, it's like westbound 10 mile is a lot busier. However, right now, they're doing a big construction project on 696 right now. They have eastbound from Telegraph and the Lodge Freeway all the way to I-75 closed. And then this weekend, even going back to the past weekend, they have westbound closed for like a 10-day period. So people are having to use 10 Mile to get around the 696 closure. And here is Greenfield Road. You can even get to 696 when it's normally open, about a half mile to the north. And crossing over Greenfield, we are now entering Oak Park. So coming up in a little bit, 10 Mile is going to get a little bit more interesting because 10 Mile is going to become the service drive for 696, although it's still called 10 Mile. They don't change the name to something else. It's like even something like Walter P. Reuther Service Drive or something. Because the 696 freeway is called the Walter P. Reuther Freeway or the Reuther Freeway. Everybody just calls it 696 though. Yeah, they even have a Michigan State Police branch over to the left. Oh, they do got a lane closed up ahead. So here's where 10 Mile becomes a divided highway, and it basically, from here till about like the John R. Road area, this is now the service drive for 696 because, yeah, notice the on-ramp you have here. Yeah, normally you have to stop here, but because eastbound 696 is closed, we don't have to worry about... It's like we don't have to worry about traffic coming on from the freeway. And over here, this is the traffic light for Coolidge Highway, which I filmed a video on that last year. And yep, as you can see, yep, the ramp to 696 is closed. They got a Planet Fitness over to the right. There's a laundromat, a dollar store. I saw a Subway over in there. So yeah, if you're driving at 696, you normally don't get to see this because this is basically like the service drive, but it's technically 10 Mile. And right now, it's like everybody's having to use this to get around the closure. Although you can, if you want to do like a true freeway detour, you can technically go down. You can take the Lodge Freeway down to the Davison Freeway and then take that over to I-75 and come back up. So that is an option too. In fact, I think that's even the posted detours to avoid having to use like the mile roads. But this works well too, especially if the traffic's light like it is today. And over on the other side of the freeway, like on the other side of like the westbound 10 Mile lanes, you got a very big golf course. And then to the left, that is where the Detroit Zoo is. So on the other side of the freeway and the other side of westbound 10 Mile is the Detroit Zoo, which is the main zoo here in the Metro Detroit area. In fact, way off to the left, you can even see the water tower for the Detroit Zoo. And they even recently repainted or added or refurbished the water tower. So they have a new design on it. It looks really, really nice. It looks like they're closing this down to one lane again. Yeah, it's been years since I've been to the Detroit Zoo. I need to go back at some point. And yeah, they're working on the ramp too. Because for people going to the Detroit Zoo from like the western suburbs, that's where they normally get off of the freeway. And then there is a left turn lane you can... Oh, I think I need to get over. There's a car coming. I'm going to let this car pass me first. There we go. Because if I were to stay in that lane, I'd have to make a right turn at Woodward. So we make a left turn there. Oh, looks like you can't do it. It's like you have to do a full U-turn or something now. You can't. You used to be able to make a left turn there to go to the Detroit Zoo, but now it's like you have to do a whole turnaround. We'll go ahead and stop here. And this is Woodward Avenue here. The main stretch of Woodward Avenue goes underneath this. So these are like just the little service drive, because they did that so that way Woodward didn't have a direct intersection with 10 Mile for 696. And this is Main Street here. Make a left turn there. That will take you into downtown Royal Oak, which is a very nice suburb here in Metro Detroit. Nice downtown area, lots of restaurants and lots going on over there. Also, there's a performing theater there. There's a comedy castle there. It's like I'd open up the window, but I don't know how well the sound's gonna come out if I open that. So I'm turning on my AC because it's starting to get a little stuffy in here. Because compared to when I was filming the first 10-mile video I did earlier today. It's warmer here. So my car thermometer is reading 60 degrees Fahrenheit, and Celsius is around 16 degrees. So it's warmer than when I started the first 10-mile video. Oh yeah, technically we're not in Oak Park anymore. I think over to our right, this is now, I think we're in Pleasant Ridge. Just didn't remember seeing any signs or anything, but that's all right. And then stop at this light here. This is Camel Road. Well, it's Camel Road going to the left, going up in the Royal Oak, and then make a right turn here that turns into Hilton Road as it heads down toward Ferndale. And then, yeah, now heading more to the east. Now we're going to be starting to get into the Hazel Park area. So here is where we're approaching the little gap in 10 Mile. Because we're approaching where the 696 and I-75 interchange is. So this is where 10 Mile starts to curve to the right a little bit. Go ahead and get over. And the southbound service drive for I-75 is coming from the left. So this is where 10 Mile temporarily ends. And we're now in Hazel Park. So we're technically not on 10 Mile anymore. This is Chrysler Drive, which is the service drive for I-75. To continue east on 10 Mile, you just make a left turn here onto Shevlin Street, or Shevlin Avenue. Going over I-75 right now. Nobody's coming, so I didn't have to wait for anybody. All right, so apparently I made a wrong turn earlier, so I'm having to redo this part again. So if you make a left turn, if you go left there, that's just a continuation of the service drive for I-75. You can get to I-75 over there. So make a right turn here. This is the continuation of 10 Mile. Because originally I didn't turn on this. I went more on the service drive for 696. Because I was supposed to turn here. So yeah, so there's some footage I'll have to cut out, but that's all right. So we're stopping here at John R. Oh, just turned green. Good timing. So that's the gap in 10 Mile back there. So that's why I filmed going east in this video, because as you notice, the gap is very easy to maneuver around. Or if you go west, you go to back to over there, you have to make a right turn to get onto the service drive. You have to turn around over at John R, over at the service drive for 696, and then you have to head back that way and then go all the way up a half mile to the north to Lincoln Avenue and then head down, and then you can go west on 10 Mile. So it's a little bit of a mess. But anyway, so this is 10 Mile, and for the rest of the road, it is no longer the service drive for 696. And unfortunately, I'm not getting lucky with this light. So in the area off to the right, that is where the Hazel Park racetrack used to be. But that is long gone, and now you got these big like warehouses and different warehouses now. Yep, a lot different now. And we're approaching the traffic light for Greenfield Rd here. And unfortunately, we have to stop at this light too. Looks like for quite a while. And crossing over to Greenfield, we are now leaving Hazel Park and also entering Macomb County. And we're now in the city of Warren. Oh, another good reason why I'm filming eastbound 10 mile, not westbound. There's a stretch of 10 mile which has the westbound lanes closed. So even if I would not have been able to film westbound 10 mile even if I wanted to. But anyway, we're now in the city of Warren, which is one of the largest suburbs of Metro Detroit. Yeah, a lot of office buildings and like a little, even small industrial park. And although even eastbound lanes have construction going on too. Okay, yeah, I think we're coming up to where I think they may have westbound closed, or unless that's the other side of Mountain. Well, this is Ryan Road. Mountain Road is like another mile from now. And yeah, traffic is moving extremely slow. Like, it's so slow I didn't even make the light. Crossing over Ryan Road and a small, tiny shopping area there. Dollar store, Little Caesars. Oh, they have the westbound lanes, or they're allowing westbound traffic over here. But yeah, the westbound lanes are completely being redone. Oh, they're not even letting people over into that subdivision over there. There would have to be like a different way in, though. Or I may have not. There could have been another subdivision street that could have been open that I just didn't look because I was paying more attention to the road. It's either that or you have to get in off Ryan Road or something, which would be rather annoying for the people who live off of this road. And there's Mountain Road right now. We'll go a little slower so that maybe I don't have to sit at the light for as long. Although it looks like I still will have to anyway. At least I didn't have to stop for too long. So, crossing over Mountain Road, and yeah, Mountain Road is a very busy road. Especially when you get north of 696, which the interchange for that is just like a half mile to the north of here. Oh yeah, so here's where they have westbound completely closed. And not only that too, but this is extremely bumpy. Yeah, it's like, yeah, this one little lane that's open on this road is, at least back there, was horrific. They almost should have had this whole road closed even. But of course, I wouldn't be filming this video at all if they even had eastbound closed. Okay, looks like the westbound lanes are back open again over here. Oh yeah, we're technically now not in Warren anymore. We're in the city of Centerline, Michigan. Centerline's unique in that it is completely surrounded by Warren. So it's very fascinating how it's like you have a city within a city. And here is M53 or Van Dyke. So, ooh, good timing. This light just turned green. It's like it's only one lane. They have a right turn lane, but only one through lane. And it's nice that they don't have they're not allowing left turns, because otherwise we'd be waiting forever for people who would want to make a left turn. So that does help things quite a bit. And yeah, this construction project's huge. This has been going on for at least 2 miles now. It's like, yeah, what makes it bad is you can't go around slow pokes like this. Because yeah, right now we're barely going 20 miles an hour. Because I remember filming Hoover Road earlier this year, which is the next major road we're coming up to. Not this traffic light here, but probably the next one. I'm trying to remember if I even saw this when I was going north on Hoover. It's like, this road is awful. I can see why they're reconstructing this. Okay, looks like the construction's finally ending here, because yeah, everything's opening back up. Yeah, definitely a major project. So yeah, Hoover Road is coming up at the next traffic light. So yeah, when I filmed the video on Hoover, I would not have seen this at all because there's nothing going on over here just yet. But unfortunately, we do have to stop at this light. Okay, crossing over Hoover Road, and we're back to faster speed limits again. It's back up to 45 instead of 30. Although it looks like they got even more construction up ahead. So it's like we just got out of a construction project, about to come into another one. Well, that's Michigan for you. It's like once winter ends, it's like construction comes out in full force and you see trillions of Michigan State trees. Oh, okay, this is very quick. So they're just doing something at this intersection here. So thankfully, something a lot smaller. And yeah, unfortunately, I'm getting very unlucky with the traffic lights here. Just catching pretty much every one now. And over here, we have a Taco Bell, a Meijer, an Exxon gas station, also a Walgreens pharmacy. So over here, this is Shaner Road. Which, yeah, you take Shaner Road like 10 miles north and you head up toward, well, where Lakeside Mall used to be, but there's still a whole bunch of shopping up there, like up in the Sterling Heights area. Just the mall itself is closed. And, yep, here we are, a traffic light for Groesbeck Highway or M97. Go ahead and I'll merge over now. And hooray, my bad luck has ended. The light just turned green. Anyway, so yeah, we're continuing down 10 Mile. We got more residential neighborhoods over here. Even some more like industrial areas and like warehouses to the left. And yeah, this road definitely becomes a lot nicer when you don't have to deal with construction like what we were seeing in the other, like the western half of Warren. And here is Hayes Road, or Hayes Avenue over here. And cross over Hayes Avenue, we are now in Eastpointe. Which, a long time ago, Eastpointe used to be called East Detroit, but the city changed its name to Eastpointe. I forgot what year it changed, but yeah, I remember, I think some decades ago, they changed the name to Eastpointe. And yeah, over here, the roads are pretty bad. Ooh, the right lane might be a little bit better. Let's get over. Much better. It's not perfect, but it's better than what we were driving in. I see something in the road, though. Looked like some debris from a car or something, so definitely did not want to drive over that. That'd be enough to possibly cause a little bit of damage. And here is Gratiot Avenue, and wow, didn't even have to stop for this light. Of course, yeah, Gratiot Avenue, of course, take that southwest. That'll take you all the way to downtown Detroit. Go northeast on Gratiot. That'll take you up toward Mount Clemens. And then it continues its way up toward the Port Huron area, because it runs generally parallel with I-94. A lot more traffic in the right lane, so I need to get back over to the left lane. At least the pavement's a little bit better here. So yeah, we just only have like another few more miles to go in this video. Una Travel Center. Looks like a big truck stop, and kind of strange since we're not along the freeway right now. You can easily get to one from here, but it's not like we're right off a freeway. So it's not like when you're driving on a freeway, you see like a Love's truck stop or a Pilot, or like especially down in Texas where you see like Buc-ee's. And here is Kelly Road, and yeah, we're having to stop at this light, but at least he's turning left. anyway, so we'll go ahead and we'll continue, and not this slide obviously, but the next slide we're coming up to I-94. So right now we're about a mile to the south of the interchange for 696 and I-94. And then right here is just the interchange, or the service drive for I-94. Oh, good timing. And as we cross over I-94, we leave Eastpointe, although technically Roseville is on the left side. But over here, we are now entering St. Clair Shores. So we have finally made it into St. Clair Shores after driving a long ways on 10 Mile. Not just this video, but even the previous video where I started all the way out in the eastern part of Livingston County. It is amazing how long or how far these mile roads travel. So we only have like another couple miles left to go, and then we get to Jefferson. And here, this is Little Mac. And up here, so 10 Mile here now is no longer going due east. It's going to head more to the southeast a little bit. And then we have the traffic signal here for Harper Avenue. Okay, and we have just about another mile left to go, so I'll get ready to start wrapping things up a little bit. So 10 Mile technically does not officially end at Jefferson. It does continue past it, however, it is just a small dead-end road which doesn't really go to anything just except for residential neighborhood, or not even residential neighborhoods, but homes. So we're not going to really travel down that last little stretch of 10 Mile because there's not really anything to see. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video here on 10 Mile. Oh, over here, so this is Greater Mac, which crossing over, once you cross over past 8 Mile or into Wayne County, it becomes Mac and it heads over into the Midtown area of Detroit. So anyway, we have driven 10 Mile Road from Farmington Road in Farmington Hills, Michigan, all the way to Jefferson Avenue here in St. Clair Shores. Well, thank you for watching the video. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to click that like button. Don't forget to click that subscribe button so that way you don't miss out any future adventures. Well, thank you for watching, and this is Scott, or the Scott Man, signing out.